Baking Show. We're going to be making some beeswax muffins out of these old pieces of honeycomb, kind of rotten a bit. We're going to take this and we're going to clean it up and make nice, clean beeswax muffins.
You're going to need to have a couple of pots, and one pot is for melting down all the honeycomb and melting out the propolis and pollen and other things like that. It'll never become clean, so you want to make sure it's cheap. And then another one you want to have for after you have your wax melted down, you're going to use some filtering processes on that. You can get them at a thrift store or get them cheap at Walmart, but just plan on not using them again. This right here is a sieve. You're going to need a sieve in order to filter some of this stuff, and it won't be clean either. Cleaning the wax will take a lot of time, and so I'm going to do a little bit of this slower, and then a lot of this I'm going to speed up a bit. You can see I'm taking all of the honeycomb and smashing it into this pot of boiling water to melt it all down and make this big gunky mess. Now all the wax in the honeycomb is going to melt out, but all the stuff that's in the honeycomb is going to remain and mix with the water. So I'm going to have propolis mixed in the water. I'm going to have pollen mixed with the water. I'm going to have dead bees, brood, spiders, anything that was in the hive at the time that it died. All of that is going into this big pot and it's melting down, and the wax is being released into this pot. And once it's all released, I can then filter it out and try to clean it. It's going to take multiple steps of cleaning because this is quite dirty stuff and it's kind of gross actually. So go ahead and watch this. Once I have it all melted down, I take the sieve and I want to line it with a cheesecloth or some kind of a filter to try to get most of the stuff, most of the big stuff that's not wax, out. What I have in the pot is water, wax, and those are both liquids, and then all the other junk. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in and then try to get it all filtered out. I want to make sure I stir it up a bit, try to get as much of the wax and water to go down through the sieve and drop into the pot below so I can try to save it all. Now you can see all the wax and water below, and it's got some pollen in there as well and maybe a few body parts from bees and bugs, but for the most part it's much cleaner. This is after it has solidified and cooled down. It takes a couple hours usually to cool down. I went ahead and threw away the other stuff. I'm going to break it right here, and you can see that the water is actually really gross. I'm going to be discarding the water and replacing the water with new water and melting it all down again and getting the wax so that it will cleanse up a bit. Here we're filling it back up with new water, and I'm going to fill it with a lot of water this time because I want to have as much of the pollen mixed in the bottom and solidified to the bottom of the wax when it solidifies. It all has different weights, and so the wax will end up being on the top usually, and other stuff goes to the bottom. Here is partially solidified, and now fully solidified. It takes a long time. So this is in the nighttime. I'm going to break it off and you can take a look at what it looks like. You can see the bottom is kind of dirty looking, and I go ahead and I clean that and I dump out all the water. So cleaning as much as I can because whatever is here that I clean off doesn't get put back into the water again. I put it back in again, and I fill it with water again, and I melt it all over again. Once again, lots of water to try to get it to get as much of the pollen dissolved in the water so I can, when I dump it out, it'll be cleaner. In the morning, you can see that it still has a little bit there, but the water is much cleaner. I go ahead and I clean it once again, try to get as much of the stuff off. If you use warm water, it does do a much better job, but I'm just using cold water. You can see it's starting to look a little bit cleaner. Much better. I go ahead and I put it back into the pot and break it up a bit. And this time, because the water was fairly clean, I know that this is pretty close to being what I want. I'm going to take out the wax that after the outside stuff is melted off a bit and it's still in the pot, I'm going to let the clean wax sit in this other pot that I'm going to then melt down later. I'm going to take the rest of this, now that it's in here, and I'm going to melt it down and get just the wax. So you can see the wax is ready. I melt it all down. It takes a little bit of time to melt down, but we can go ahead and watch it as it melts. Wax tends to melt at about 140, 145 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 60 to 65 degrees Celsius. The water on the outside boils at about 200, so that's why I use this double boiler method in order to prevent burning of the wax, so that you can have nice, good wax. Now, the last step, I'm going to try to make muffins. So I melt this all down, and then we're going to go ahead and make some molten beeswax muffins. Here is my cast iron muffin tin. I'm going to put some silicone muffin liners here so that they can handle it. If I would have put it directly into the cast iron, it probably wouldn't be able to get it out. But the silicone does work really good, and it can handle up to about 450 degrees before it combusts. Now I can go ahead and peel my wax. Peel it right off, take the silicone off, and there I have my muffins ready to go. And now we have our muffins done. Thanks for watching.